Hello, everyone. Welcome to our English 1A class for summer 2025. When you log into Canvas and click this class from your dashboard, this is what you will see, the home page. So in this video, I will be walking through the class, how everything is set up here on Canvas, and kind of what you can expect week to week. And then I will go over the week one assignments. So on the home page, we have three buttons. There's the syllabus and books button, quick links button, which will give you direct links to specific assignments and resources. And then there's resources. So let's take a look at the syllabus and books link or page. So here you can find a copy of the course syllabus. I also sent everyone an email that was just kind of giving you some information about the class and logging in, and the syllabus was linked there as well. By the way, my name is Jessica Tancredi, and I will be your professor for this class this summer. Okay, so you can click here to access the syllabus. There is a video here where I walk you through the syllabus. This was recorded in the beginning of spring. Yes, the beginning of the spring semester. But the syllabus is basically the same, just the dates are changed. So that is still relevant. You can still watch that video if you kind of want a little bit more thorough hand-holding through the syllabus. Otherwise, you just need to read the syllabus thoroughly. That is one of your assignments for this week. Regarding the books and readings, you don't need to purchase anything for this class. Everything is available online, so we will be using this open educational resource, or OER, called English Composition 1 by Lumen Learning as our textbook. And then we will also be reading different essays and articles throughout the semester, and I will give you direct links or like PDF file downloads for those. For many of the assignments that I'm asking you to read, instead of having like a quiz or a test on readings, I will often have you submit annotations or notes for the reading, or if it's a video, for the video. And you're going to learn more about that in one of your first assignments this week, which is the active reading assignment. So just kind of a little heads up there of what you're going to be expected to do with the readings. All right, let's go back to the home page. Next is quick links. So here you can view some important information. The communication plan, which is how I will be communicating with you, how you can reach me, and then how you'll be communicating with your classmates. My office hours, which I don't have set yet, but if you do need personal one-on-one help, I'm happy to meet with you on Zoom. Just send me an email or a message and we can arrange that. This is a link to my YouTube channel, so all of the class videos I upload to YouTube. I link them here, but if you ever kind of want like a all-in-one place of where everything is, like for example, this is from my spring English 1B class. All of the videos are here, and that will be the same for this class. All of the videos will be in one playlist there. I do have a website, just like there are some articles there. Sometimes I might link to an article that I've written and have you read that. You can check that out if you'd like. The next thing is Success Center activities. So throughout the 8-week course, you have to complete 3 activities in the Success Center. So that is part of what you're doing this week. One of your assignments is to read through this page to understand what the requirements are and what you have to do. So that's just a quick link to the requirements overall, an overview, and then there's a link to each one of the activities or requirements. They used to be called supplemental learning requirements. Here I'm just calling them activity 1, and I will probably change the name on the actual assignment page too, because it's just easier to call them activities rather than supplemental learning requirements. That's a mouthful. Okay, next is the essays. We'll be writing 3 essays throughout the 8 weeks. The first one is a personal narrative essay, where you're writing about something from your life, a personal experience, or maybe like a story, something that happened to you. Next is an expository essay where you will be basically explaining something. This can look like a cause and effect or a compare and contrast. We'll get into that. And then a persuasive essay, which is basically like an argumentative essay where you're trying to convince your reader to accept your viewpoint in your argument. And then we have extra credit opportunities here. There are different categories. Your grade is broken up into homework category, participation category, and then essays and writing assignments. So there's extra credit for those different grading categories. And then down here, just a couple helpful links for how to complete and submit annotations or notes, and then how to view feedback in an assignment, like an essay or an assignment if I'm leaving you a comment or if I'm annotating your page. Okay, next is resources. There are resources for MLA format, which you are required to do for this class. You're required to submit most of your assignments in MLA format. So there's a lot of resources there. Grammar resources, resources regarding researching and writing and the Success Center and Chaffey College, etc. So that is there for your use and whenever you might need some extra help. Sometimes in an assignment, I might direct you to one of these resources as well. Like if I see that you might need help with grammar or with MLA formatting for something, I'll ask you to check out those resources. Okay, so down below here, I will always tell you what week we are on and give you the dates. So I'm judging the weeks or counting the weeks, I guess, from Monday to Monday. So today is Monday, June 2nd, and then this week will end Monday, June 9th, and the week 2 begins Monday, June 9th. So each week you have assignments due on Friday and Monday. So for this week, as you'll see when we click on the week 1 page, it'll break that down for you. So please make sure that every week you are clicking on this link to the weekly page, either right here or you can click on one of the buttons below. You'll have a to-do list over here on the right side of your page, but that will not tell you everything that you need to do. So make sure that you click on the weekly page, read through it, and so that you know exactly what you need to do for that week. Also, please make sure you watch the weekly videos because in these weekly videos, I will often explain assignments or give more specific instruction, share important information. And often, if you have a question about an assignment, I've probably answered it in this video. So if you have a question, watch the weekly video first and then send me an email or message. So you can reach me through the Canvas inbox here. So that's a totally valid way of connecting with me. You can also email me directly through your Chaffey Panther email. Okay, so let's click on week 1. So I taught an 8-week fast track version of this class in the spring. So I have those videos already posted here, but I will be posting new videos each week for the summer class. But for now, I'm just leaving those spring videos up because I don't usually publish or I'm not able to record the weekly video until Monday afternoon or evening. And if you're logging in Monday morning or you want to work ahead, I just thought it would be a better option for you to be able to have that video rather than nothing. So, okay, moving on. So for this week, I know it looks a little bit overwhelming and it looks like kind of a lot, but most of these things are pretty simple or easy, or I'm just asking you to read something. So the first thing you need to do is watch this video, which you are doing. Next is your responsibility to read the syllabus thoroughly. There is a little hidden I'm calling it an Easter egg. It's not a literal Easter egg. It's more of a direction hidden somewhere in the syllabus. So if you read it thoroughly and you find that hidden Easter egg and follow the directions, you can get 3 extra credit points by submitting here. All right, number 3 is regarding that supplemental learning requirement or the Success Center requirement. Um, you need to complete 3 activities or 3 hours worth of work there. There are a couple different options for you. So if we click on this page, um, there are group activities, there are self-paced or individual activities. Those are basically your 2 main options. And then for the second and third activity, you can do tutoring in place of a group or individual self-paced activity. We also have a PAL in our class. So a PAL is someone who is, oh, that is not working. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So our pal's name is Lawrence Flynn, and he is a Chafee student, and he's here to help you during the semester. He will be able to have group sessions with you that can, so for example, like if you do an individual or self-paced activity, you can meet with him and get your badge or credit that way. He can also help you just with any questions that you might have about assignments, essays, readings, etc. So there's the schedule that he's available here, and then just a little bit about him and how he will be able to help you this semester. Okay. All right, next, number 4 is the communication plan. So this is, again, just how you can talk to me and I can talk to you and how you'll be engaging with your fellow students throughout the semester. Okay, number 5, I'm asking you to download the Canvas student app on your smartphone. So it's free and it's a great way to just stay connected with the class, to keep up with assignments. You can submit assignments through the app. You can participate in discussions there. And, it's just an easy way to kind of log in and see what's going on. If you don't have a smartphone, I know we have quite a few dual enrolled high schoolers who may not have smartphones yet. Then you don't have to do this assignment. That is waived, so don't worry about it. All right, next is the Canvas profile picture. So over here on the very far left of the screen, you'll see your account. If you click on that and you click on profile, you'll be able to edit your image. So I would love to see a picture of you so that I can put a face to your name. But if you're not comfortable with that, then you can just choose a picture of something that you feel best represents you. And you don't need to submit anything for that. I'll be able to just see your image and I'll give you credit that way. Okay, so that's kind of the housekeeping sort of stuff that I have to tell you this first week, or that I should tell you that you need to know. Number 7 is the first actual assignment for the class. So this is called the active reading assignment. There are 5 sections to this page. So please make sure that you read each section, look at the infographics, watch the videos about active reading. So what is active reading? What does it look like? Essentially, active reading can take 2 forms, which is one is annotation, the other is note-taking. So I'm giving you information about both of those methods there. Then how to complete and submit annotations or notes. So you can do this physically, you can do it digitally or electronically, using like your smartphone or a tablet or your computer. Um, it varies. I've had students get very creative with how they accomplish the annotations and notes. There are also several apps that you can use that, let's see. I used to have like pictures of some of the apps, and I'm not sure where that went. I will look for it. But there are several apps if you would like to use something electronically. There is also an app called Cam Scanner. So if you are printing out your like an essay that you need to read and you're doing annotations or note taking by hand, then you can just take pictures of your physical paper and it scans it all and puts it into one document. And then you can upload that PDF to the assignment directly. And you can actually do that all from your phone. If you have the Canvas student app, and the Cam Scanner app, there's like a direct line to submit it to the assignment in Canvas, which is very convenient. All right, and then part five is a couple questions for you. So tell me in your own words, what is active reading? Do you prefer to annotate a text or take notes? Why? When would one method be better than the other? And then any questions or concerns you have about active reading, completing and submitting annotations or notes. Okay. Then number eight is this is just for you to read. You don't have to submit the essay yet, okay? I just want you to read the prompt for this first essay, which is the personal narrative. Since this is only an 8-week class, it moves very fast and um, we have to kind of get moving on things already. So please read this page so that you understand what this first essay is about and how many points it's worth, what the requirements are. Then there's also the rubric down here below so that you understand how you will be graded for that essay. That is all that you need to do this week and complete by Friday before midnight. By Monday, then, Monday, June 9th, before midnight, there's a couple additional assignments. So remember, I said that each week you'll have assignments due Friday and Monday. Of course, you can submit assignments early as well. That's totally fine. Okay, so I would like for you to read this Preface to Collected Essays by Aldous Huxley. There is a little introduction to what this is and who this author is, and then you can download the PDF of this preface here. Aldous Huxley basically is just explaining what he believes a good essay is or what a good essay does. And I think that his framework can help us along the way as we are practicing essay writing in this class. Okay, next is for you to read an essay called Once More to the Lake by author E.B. White, who you may be familiar with. He wrote the children's novels Charlotte's Web, Stuart Little, Trumpet of the Swan, and he was a very prolific writer in his time. So this is actually a personal narrative that E.B. White wrote. It's called Once More to the Lake. So I'm asking you to read this because you are going to be writing your own personal narrative, and I want you to see what a personal narrative written by a great author actually looks like so that you can have an example from which to write your own essay. There's also, sorry, there is an audio version linked there as well, but if you are going to, let me go back. If you are going to listen to the essay being read, I do highly, highly recommend that you are also reading it while you're listening to it. There's just something about our eyes on the words that helps us really internalize and understand and remember all sorts of things, grammar, vocabulary, like all of that. So, uh, yes, spelling, punctuation, things like that. And then for both of those, you need to submit annotations or notes, not both, just one or the other. So again, you're going to refer back to that active reading assignment where it walks you through what those can look like and the different options. Okay, finally, you'll need to participate. You're going to post your answers in this discussion. Make sure you've read both of those things first. Then you're going to post the answer. Sorry, I need to update the dates here. This will be due Monday, June 9th. And you're going to answer these 4, 5 questions if you would like to do the last one. And then by the following Friday, which is Friday, what is it, June 13th, I believe, then you will need to reply to 2 classmates in this discussion. Okay. And I just wanted to say that while this information is in the syllabus, I just wanted to say it in this video that I expect all of your work, all of your writing, all of your discussion posts and replies to be your own words. Um, I know it's very easy and very tempting to use AI to complete your assignments, but I want you to think about the reason that you are in this class, the reason that you are seeking college credit or a college degree. And it's not so that something else can do the work for you, right? It's so that you can do the work and grow as a person, grow your skills, grow your critical thinking abilities, um, read and understand things, and grow as a human being. So as tempting as it is, please do not use AI in any of the assignments unless I specifically say you may use AI, which there might be a time where I say, hey, yeah, you could use AI to help you get ideas for this. But when it comes to the essay that you're writing, right, this is a personal narrative. AI can't write about your life. Only you can do that. And in a discussion, right, what do we want to be reading just AI generated information, posts from other people? We want to be reading people's actual words and their thoughts, their unique individual thoughts, not whatever the, computer, artificial intelligence has to say. So please just keep that in mind. I would rather you submit something late than submit something generated by AI. So if you're struggling, if you need extra time, I am always willing to work with you. So please don't feel like that's your only option. Please reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. If you need help, we have the PAL embedded in our class this semester, which is an awesome resource. There's also tutoring support through the Success Center and through a couple third-party options, which we'll be getting into more later. But you have a lot of support and a lot of resources available to you, so please use them. All right, well, that's it for this first week. This is probably going to be the longest weekly video that you will have this semester. The next couple weeks are already published, so you're welcome to look ahead. Again, these videos are ones that I recorded in the spring at the beginning of this year, so the dates are going to be a little bit off, but the content is essentially the same. Um, I think it's published until week 3. Yes, so you're welcome to look ahead. Also on the syllabus, if you scroll down, you can look at the tentative course schedule, which just kind of outlines all of the assignment due dates, and you can get a kind of bird's eye view from there. Finally, let me show you one other thing before I leave you. The calendar here can be a helpful tool as well if you're more of a visual person. You'll be able to see just specific things that you need to submit on those days. However, please keep in mind, as I said at the beginning, that even though those assignments are there on the calendar, there might be something that I'm asking you to read that you don't have to submit anything for. And so that's not going to show up on the calendar or on, your to-do list over here. So just make sure you're clicking on the weekly page and reading through that. If the weekly page view is a little bit overwhelming to you, I also have everything in modules. So this is also another way that you can just kind of view and see everything that you'll be needing to do for these different essays and different assignments. So that's an option as well. All right, that's it for today. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need anything, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye bye.